Welcome to Hear Me Roar. I'm your host, Elizabeth Hernandez, and thank you for joining us. Today we'll be touching on sororities. We'll be right back with Kenzie Thompson, member of Chi Omega. Stay tuned.
Our annual Shamrock 5K. So this is put on by us for our national philanthropies, which are Prevent Child Abuse America and Girl Scouts of the USA. So all the proceeds from this will go to Prevent Child Abuse America and then our local philanthropy, Gateway Children's Advocacy Center. We are starting at Laughlin Lawn and we are going throughout campus and we'll end back here on Laughlin Lawn.
Thank you all so much for being here and supporting our philanthropy. We get really excited about this event every year, so seeing a great turnout is super exciting. We do have the course pulled up over here if you want to look at it.
Hi, my name is Samantha Grimes, and I'm a senior here at Morehead State University. This is my 4th year of being at Kappa Delta here on campus, and I've been involved in multiple capacities throughout my years at Kappa Delta, and I can tell you that community service is one of my favorite things about being in KD, and that's why we're here tonight, is to be able to help our community and help those on a national level through Prevent Child Abuse America, which is what all the fundraising that we're doing here tonight will be going towards.
This is Amanda McDonald. I'm a senior in Kappa Delta, and tonight we're running our 5K for Prevent Child Abuse America and the Gateway Advocacy Center, and it's really fun, and we're doing a glow run, and everyone's really excited. I joined Kappa Delta my freshman year just because I needed a place away from home that I could call my home, and I found sisters in that. I'm so excited for tonight. It's always a great time, and it's even more fun that we get to raise money for our philanthropies. We do different events all year long. Another one that we're going to do in the morning is a pancake breakfast, and it also raises money for the Gateway Advocacy Center and Prevent Child Abuse America, and then we'll also have a dodgeball tournament in the spring.
Hey new MSU student, where are you off to in such a hurry?
I gotta head back to my dorm to make lunch before my next class.
Well, what if I told you there's a place that serves Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Jump Asian Express, and The Kitchen, and so much more?
Well, jeepers, mister, that sure would be swell, but where would a place like that be?
Welcome to 3rd Street Eats. It's open Monday through Thursdays, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Fridays, they're open only till 4 p.m.
Mister, how am I supposed to pay for this food when I don't have any cash on me?
You can use Beaker Bucks, Flex, or your meal plan.
I'd like to use a meal, please. Thanks for showing me around 3rd Street, mister. This place is swell.
You're welcome, but oh wait. There you go. Now you're ready to take on the rest of your week. Go Eagles!
Welcome back. We're here with Kenzie Thompson. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm
Yeah.
super excited to be back. I used to do all the TV stuff, and now I kind of don't anymore, so it's good to be back in the studio with you guys.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about Chi Omega. What made you decide to join?
Okay, so throughout my life, I feel like as a girl, you can kind of understand girls are not the nicest. You know, girls can be kind of mean sometimes, and so I've had those friends who have been good, but I've also had girlfriends who have not been the greatest. So coming to college, I was really looking for just a lot of girlfriends who were trustworthy and supportive, and so I was like, okay, I'll join a sorority, you know, but I always kind of had in the back of my mind maybe a big group of girls wouldn't be the best trustworthy thing. So I went through recruitment anyway, and what I found through that is a ton of girls right on bid day who have already been my best friends and people that I spend every day with, I trust with everything, you know. And so I was scared to rush initially, but going through and meeting so many people, not just in Chi Omega, but throughout all the other sororities too, has just really made my college experience really awesome.
Oh, that's really neat that you can have that. So was it, like you said, you initially also didn't want to be a part of it? What were some of the reasons behind that?
Well, I think everyone kind of knows these stereotypes of sororities, you know, that either they are the party type of people, or maybe we're all the same, we're a cookie cutter type of girl, or we're just kind of backstabbers, or we just do it for the formals and things like that. But that's totally wrong, and I've not experienced any of that. I've found really amazing women. I've had leadership opportunities. I've got to be involved with philanthropy events, and Chi Omega's philanthropy is Make-A-Wish. So we get to help out with Make-A-Wish every year and grant wishes for children every year. So what I've gained through sororities is bigger than any stereotype I've ever seen, and it's really just been one of the best decisions I've ever made coming through college. So.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
And does it get very stressful, or just maybe perhaps time consuming of just having to do going to so many events and being a part of it with dealing with college?
Okay, the thing that I tell girls, a lot of girls ask this question when they go through recruitment, and what we say is you get what you put into it. And so if you're someone who wants to be super involved, then be involved. Go to those intramural games, go to date parties and formals, go to the events that we have and mixers, do all that stuff. But odds are you're not going to have time for everything. So that's where balancing comes into play. You got to know how to balance your time. You got to know when to put schoolwork before fun, and that's just how it is. There's been semesters where I've tried to do all the fun stuff, and you know that your grades go down, but something that sororities really try to focus on is your grades and trying to keep your grades up, because that's what we're here for. And so it's never been a problem for me. Sometimes it does get a little bit stressful, but you got to kind of step back and say, what's the important thing, you know? And girls hold positions on executive board, you know, president or secretary or things like that. But those are the girls who know that they have enough time to do that. But you don't have to. You don't have to go to anything. There are a couple of things that are mandatory, but hardly anything is mandatory. But I would say if you don't go to those things, you're not going to get out of the sorority like you thought you would. But it's all about how you manage your time. So I've never really had a problem with it at all.
Okay. And you say a lot of opportunities have opened up through being in a sorority. So personally, what are some of those things?
Well, when I first rushed, I was thinking I would never be on executive board. I do not want the stress that I thought would come with that. I don't want the responsibility. But actually this year, a girl had stepped down from her position, and so someone who was already on EB stepped into her position, and they asked me to take that girl's spot. So now I have a small job on EB. So I've gained leadership roles through that, and through that, that's taught me responsibility and how to plan and organize, and it's just really taught me leadership skills also over my sorority, and how to just organize my life around that and around school. Also, like I said before, working with Make-A-Wish Foundation. Every year we have our philanthropy event Follies, which is a campus-wide dance competition, and it's really awesome. And last year we raised $16,000 for that, and we were able to grant 2 wishes, not just one, which is what we had done in the past. And so I've gotten to do things like that, and our wish children come to Follies, and we get to meet them. So we actually get to see where our money goes to, where all that hard work goes to, and it's so rewarding. So we're not the type of girls that you think are just, you know, wearing letter shirts and going to formals, where we have girls in my sorority who are on the basketball team here at Moorhead, who are cheerleaders, on the equestrian team, biomed majors, communication majors, tomboys, makeup lovers. We have so many different girls, and I know that the entire Panhellenic community is like that. It's just a big group of diverse women who come together for a greater cause. So, yeah.
Oh, that's really neat. Well, thank you so much for sharing your
Thanks for
story.
having me,
We'll be right back with more members from different sororities here at Moorhead State. Stay tuned.
Looking for somewhere to test your true benching ability? In need of your own rack to squat? Don't feel like running outside in muggy weather and just want a place where you can get good cardio without having to go very far? Come out to our recreational center. Hours and job offerings are available on mymoorhead.com.
Welcome back. Joining us now is Kristen. Hi, welcome here to Hear Me Roar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you are also part of sorority. Which one are you part of?
I'm a Kappa Delta here at Moorhead State.
Okay, and explain to me why it was so important for you to be a part of a sorority here at campus.
So I came here and I knew absolutely nobody. I'm from a very small town in the central part of Kentucky called Shelby County, and whenever I started here at Moorhead State, I was like, I know absolutely nobody here. And people kept telling me, oh, you should go through recruitment and you're going to meet so many great new people. And I just kept thinking, all right, I'm going to do this. And so I went through recruitment and I found my home in Kappa Delta.
Oh, neat. And was there any kind of anything holding you back from joining a sorority, or were you just straight ahead I really want to?
My mom said that from the day I was born, I had sorority girl stamped on my forehead. So with the moment that I knew that I could join one, I decided to.
Okay. And what are some things that you love about Kappa Delta?
The biggest thing I love about Kappa Delta is having 80+ sisters that I know always have my back. I know that I can call any one of them at any point in time, and they will drop everything that they're doing and come help me out with whatever I need. The other biggest thing I absolutely love about Kappa Delta are philanthropies, the Girl Scouts of the USA, and Prevent Child Abuse America. Okay. We actually have meetings with the Girl Scouts every couple of months, and we get to help make cards with them and help them boost their confidence, because the Confidence Coalition is very important to us. And to get to see them and help them sell Girl Scout cookies, there's really nothing more rewarding than being in Walmart and having one of them run up to you and remember your name and saying, oh my gosh, I really enjoy getting to spend time with you. And that's just something that's always been very rewarding to me.
Oh, that seems really nice. So with all the positive things that come from being a sorority, did you experience any negativity from other people or stereotypes that come along?
I did, actually. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you pay for your friends. And for me, it wasn't like that. It was, I got to be a part of something bigger than myself. I got to meet all these wonderful people that I absolutely love and could not live a day without. And I would not have experienced that had I not encouraged myself to go through recruitment and to meet all those wonderful ladies.
Right.
And I've also experienced it oh, well, don't all the sororities hate one another? And for me, that was never the case. I have really good friends that are Delta Gammas and Chi Omegas and Gamma Phi Betas and Delta Zetas. And they're all just wonderful people. And they're people that are just everyday people, but they just they fit in better with different types of sororities here on campus.
Right. Okay. And why is it that you feel
I love the dynamic of Kappa Delta the moment I walked in. There's a saying for Katie's, and we always say it feels like home. And to me, the moment that I walked into that first recruitment round, I was like, this is home to me. My mom's best friend was actually also a Kappa Delta at the University of Kentucky, but she encouraged me to go through recruitment with a completely open mind, but I knew the moment that I walked in that first round, I was like, I was meant to be a Kappa Delta like she was.
Oh, neat. So did she tell you a little bit of what Kappa Delta was?
She told me what Kappa Delta meant to her.
Okay.
And that the entire time that she was in there, she met all of her best friends through it. A couple of her bridesmaids were Kappa Deltas.
Aww.
And so she just really like explained to me, like put the bridge over and said like, Kappa Delta means like this to me, and it means something different to every single person. And
Right.
so whenever like I got initiated, she like pinned me for it, and it was like the best thing that has ever happened. It was
Aw,
wonderful.
That's so neat. That's exciting. So what are some neat things that Kappa Delta does for the community here at Morehead State?
We actually just held our Shamrock 5K last weekend, and we raised over $7,000 for that for our philanthropy for the Prevent Child Abuse America. And we also hold a dodgeball tournament in the spring with, and we like do that for our philanthropy as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what is your favorite event to be a
My
part
favorite event is definitely the Shamrock 5K because we get to wear like all these neon colors and have glow sticks and meet all the people from Rowan County, like our sister's parents, and lots of dogs. And personally, I love dogs. So anytime someone will bring a dog to one of our events, I'm like, dog. I'm that person that always finds the dog.
So what is an advice that you would give to someone coming from high school into the college life and perhaps wanting to be a part of a sorority?
I would tell them to go through with an open mind and just have fun with it. It should not be a stressful time in your life. It should be a time for you to like reflect on who you are and remember who you are and to see who you belong with. It's a mutual decision. It's not just like you choose someone and they have to choose you too.
Right.
So it's like a balance between the two and to just have fun and go Greek.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. We'll be right back after this.
I view women in sororities a little bit differently than when I had first got to college. Now that I've been around them, I still think they're more of the preppier squad, but they're definitely not as over the top makeup, dress up everyday type people that I thought they were.
I view them as a pretty good collective people. I mean, they feel like they have a good sense of responsibility, and it looks like they understand friendship and have a lot of fun.
I think girls in sororities are kind of fake. They say they're running home to their sorority and they just met these people this week, and they act like they've known them for years and calling them their sisters, like they have a family connection. Social media has, based off the pictures that the girls post about finding their sisters on the first day they met them.
Before I got to college, yes, they very much influenced my views. I thought they were more of the house bunny type people, dress up every day, short skirts, high heels, full face of makeup, but it's definitely nowhere near that.
I've met a lot of women in sororities, and I feel like, from my experience, they seem pretty well-rounded, and they are always giving to the community, and they're really passionate about their foundations they support, and they're always their philanthropies are super great motives to get out in the community and do stuff.
Definitely not. I don't think that there's certain type of girls that are stereotypical, in sororities. There's literally all types of people. There's tomboys, really, girly girls. I think that each sorority is just a whole different type of, women in it, and they don't all have to act the same, and I don't think that they do act the same.
I'd say there's a lot of bad stereotypes that are put upon sororities that aren't true, but I mean, some of the stuff is true to an extent, but they take it to the extreme.
Before I joined a sorority, I obviously saw all the stereotypes, and I had an idea of what I thought sorority life was, and then I joined, and it was nothing like that. I think the media portrays it one way, but it's something that when you're in it, you understand the experience and the friendships you've made. And specifically talking about media representation, I know that a lot of times that the bad stories about Greek life are the ones that people really talk about. But I know Delta Zeta nationally has committed to raise $5 million for our philanthropy, the Starkey Hearing Foundation, over the next 5 years. And we've actually raised nationally $2 million, and that's something that people don't really hear about. And locally, our chapter, we host Great Pretenders every year, and we raise thousands of dollars, and we commit 10 hours a week, each member of the chapter, and we spend the entire semester working hard to raise money for these organizations. Internally, what we do, we also support other organizations in the different, so sororities and fraternities, they both host philanthropy events, and we all support each other to help raise even more money. So it's not all about our one cause, we get together and help each other out as well.
This is going to be my second full for half year being active, and I've already noticed like a change in myself. Like in high school, I always had like my head down, I was very quiet, maybe had 2-3 friends, but now coming here, like I held my head up high and stuff, and I have like 80 sisters that I know will do anything if I call them for me, or if I call on them if I need help with anything. So it's just like a great change from going like not really speaking and stuff in high school to like being more active on campus and stuff, and it's just a lot better. It brings out a lot of confidence in you.
I think since graduating, I only graduated a few months ago, but I think for me the two things that I've gained the most were friendships. Being in a sorority bonds you closer to your sister, like to your friends, than just on a friendship level. So your sisters and your friends, and you just have this common connection, this understanding of who you are, and you've gone through this similar experience. So it makes you so much closer. And I know that I have a friend group that's going to last forever. And then also just the confidence that the other women in the sorority instill in you helps you feel like you can conquer the world. I've become so much more confident and sure of myself, which helps in the workplace. So I know that I'm so much more confident in my abilities because I've had real-world professional skills that I've learned from things that I've done while in a sorority, so I feel like that it makes me a better employee as well.
Joining us now is Shelby. Hi, Shelby.
Hi.
Hi. So what sorority are you a part of?
I'm a part of the Delta Zeta sorority here.
Okay, and you started last semester, correct?
Yes, I'm a sophomore here, so I went through formal recruitment last fall, and I won't lie when I say it's a little bit overwhelming, but the outcome of it has definitely been worth it.
Okay, and so why was it so overwhelming to you?
It's just like I'm from a small town in eastern Kentucky, and I've never like really been through like a formal setting before. So coming in and like having girls just surround you, it is a little bit overwhelming, but like once you get used to it after like your first go around with your first sorority, it's like it gets a lot easier after that.
Okay. So what were some of your thoughts before joining the sorority? Were you hesitant about it, or were you just really excited?
So my fiance's sister was a part of a sorority at Eastern Kentucky University, and I saw how much fun she was having through social media, and when we talked, and how much fun she was having. Regardless of like, people are stereotypical and saying that all sororities just go party, and that is not true. Like what you get is like a sisterhood and somebody to really motivate you, no matter like academically or like throughout life. Like you always have somebody to motivate you. And so that was my inspiration for going through formal recruitment.
Oh, nice. So how was that experience of just not ever experiencing anything like that and just coming here and being completely different?
Oh, it hit me. It hit me really good. But like I said, it's like once you go through it once, each time gets a little bit easier after that. So as I went through each round, the easier it was for me to communicate with the girls, and the easier it was for me to be myself.
Okay. And so what are some things that you have gained from being a part of this sorority?
I have gained so many leadership opportunities. So I am a member of the executive board for Panhellenic Council, and when I first came to college, I was like, okay, so I was really involved in high school, but I really doubt I'm going to be that involved in college. And then I was just like, I went right on into Panhellenic Council, and it was just really overwhelming at first. Like I said, it was a huge, overwhelming experience, but once you get settled in, and it's just been a great experience.
Oh, neat. And as being part of the sorority, there are a lot of organizations that you guys help with. And what are some of your favorite things to do, or like hosting events? What are some of your favorite aspects of this sorority?
My favorite event to host is I participated in my first Great Pretenders last semester, which is our big philanthropy event, which benefits the Starkey Hearing Foundation, which people who have difficulty hearing and can't necessarily afford hearing aids, we raise money to help send those to those in need, like in Africa. So it's a lip sync competition that's held in every spring, and we all just get together, Panhellenic, different sororities, different fraternities, we all just get together and we raise money for the Starkey Hearing Foundation.
Oh, neat. And so is there like a winner for that? Or
yeah, there's a winner. They get a little certificate and a little trophy and bragging rights.
And do you guys ever get like pictures back from the people that you guys help?
Yes, it's so precious because we always get a letter back saying thank you for your donations and your helping, and we get to see it on every day, like on their websites, just people receiving their new hearing aids. Like when I went through formal recruitment and I watched the Starkey Hearing Foundation video, and I just started bawling my eyes out. It's great that we can help benefit so many people, children ranging from children to adults, and it's just so beneficial. And it's so heartwarming to say, hey, I was able to help those people out.
Oh my, yeah, I'm sure. So, of course, there's some great experiences, especially that you've gone through. But then there's also some not so good, perhaps facing stereotypes. Has that happened to you personally?
It has happened so many times. Most people back from my hometown just assume all I do is go out and party. That is not true. I like to go home and sleep. I like to go sleep because even though it is time consuming, you know, I also have to put my academics first. That's the whole reason I'm here, is to get a degree and get a career and just move on, and just be a functional adult. But what's so great about my sorority is that, you know, despite all the negativity, you have your sisters there to bring you up and to really see that, you know, you're not a stereotypical, I mean, I'm clearly not a stereotypical sorority girl, but once you can see, it's just great to see all different types of girls joining great organizations.
Oh, that's really neat. Well, thank you so much for being on the show and sharing your story. I wish you the best and for your sorority. We'll be right back after this break.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
Kind of makes you want to...
Breaking a song?
Yeah? I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest.
I love when eagles play.
I love the campus.
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things. And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining in with us and hearing some amazing stories from some women here at Morehead State University. Join us next time on our next show, and I'm your host, Elizabeth Hernandez, and this is Hear Me Roar.